Let's look at that e-commerce demand a little bit, if we can. Two names keep coming up, Kathy: Temu and Shein, which I've probably said incorrectly. You can maybe put me right here. Why are they big players in air freight all of a sudden?
I think Shein was already promote overseas market for years, but just because of during the pandemic, everybody get more and more used to or rely on the online shopping. So, and Shein is always, although they are produced in China, headquartered in China, but their main market always in US. So, just for an easy example, we cannot buy Shein in China. It's
Really? I
weird,
didn't know
right?
that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. If you online, you see all those dollar sign that we cannot buy it in China. So their main focus is US market. So during the pandemic, more and more, let's say consumers, Americans, they get used to buy it in online. So Shein getting more and more popular in that market. And Temu is another story. I think they just start kick off their overseas planning since last year or end of 2022, something like that. But they promote quite aggressively. So we know the products actually different from Shein on Temu. Most of those items are very, let's say, cheap compared with, for example, Amazon. But they are offering like end-to-end service to the end customer in US. Everything is including including the transportation fee. So the end consumer no need to pay any freight. And there's also, I believe if it's correct, there's no, let's say, membership charge, this kind of thing on Temu compared with Amazon. So they are quite successful now in US and the demand is much more compared with Amazon for air freight. But for sure, there's another reason is because of different from other e-commerce players like Amazon, like Alibaba, they all have their own overseas warehouse in US. And the last mile delivery always from that warehouse close to the consumers to make delivery. So most of their frequently ordered products, they can use ocean freight already to save the inventory in overseas. So in this case, it's in US. But for Temu, it's different. They don't have any overseas warehouse. So every order they take, they ship directly from their warehouse in China. So it means all those products, they need move via air freight. Ocean freight will not be accepted by the consumers. Yeah.
How is that sustainable economically, or how can you remain competitive when you're reliant so much on air cargo?
I think then what we see is it's only like the initial stage when they like to attack the market and then to occupy the market share. So now we see gradually Temu now also planning to have the overseas inventory in the coming years. So they are also looking for the warehouse in US in the future. So what we see that maybe during next 2 to 3 years, they also will gradually reduce the air freight volume to switch to ocean freight, especially after they get all those big data analysis to understand what kind of products is most frequently be ordered by the consumers, then they are able to make that.